You know those mornings when you wake already checking yourself? Before the kettle even boils, before you've spoken to anyone, before the day has had a chance to even offer you any trouble. Your chest is tight, your mind's on high alert, you're carrying some sort of guilt or dread that's not connected to anything that's actually happening. Because you're sensible and stable and an adult with responsibilities, you look around your tidy kitchen thinking, right, what's wrong here? What did I do? Who did I upset? Why do I feel like I'm bracing for a scolding at like 50 years of age? That's you. You're not mad. You're not weak. You're human. And you're carrying echoes that you've never been taught to recognize. Some people call it ancestral trauma, which is carried in our DNA. Some have it in the form of religious trauma. And some of us just say, Jesus Christ, why am I like this? Which, is also valid and definitely something I've said myself. Whatever the words, it's the same thing though. Old emotional, spiritual patterns rising in the body because they were never given anywhere to go. And they've landed with you. A lot of women in midlife feel this. And look, I'm midlife too. This video is not going to be for everybody. And by women, I do mean all women, just to be very clear. But in my experience, I found that it's especially the women who look like they've got their stuff together. Ones who pay the bills, hold the house steady, juggle the family, give a good day's work, and manage like 18 invisible tasks that nobody else ever sees, or could see, apparently. You have survived enough to know real trouble when you see it. So this kind of trouble confuses you because it's invisible. There's no cause. There's no solution that you can see. It's just this emotional pressure. Where does it come from? It's grief without a story. It's shame that you didn't earn. Now, to keep this honest, let me tell you who's talking to you because it matters that you know that I'm not pulling this out of thin air, right? In case we haven't met before, I'm Lora O Brien. I'm 48, mother of 3 grown kids, light of my life, grandmother of 2 little legends so far. I'm queer, I'm a very, very long time witch, over 3 decades, and a survivor in more ways than one. I spent years in an abusive early marriage and longer years unpicking the ropes that I'd wrapped around myself just to cope. I lived most of my life undiagnosed neurodivergent, wondering why the world felt like sandpaper and why my brain behaved like a radio stuck between stations. And eventually I learned through study and honestly bloody-minded stubbornness to just survive that nothing was actually wrong with me. I just needed a different way into my own life. Finally. And because I'm a glutton for punishment, I went back to college in my 40s and earned a master's in Irish regional history, which taught me 2 things. 1, academic writing is a crime against humanity and also highly elitist and colonised. And 2, Irish women have always carried more than we were allowed to name. Now, some of you have Irish heritage, some of you don't, that's fine. But I think this is also relatable to women all around the world. Now, these days, I run the Irish Pagan School, the OM Academy, the Morrigan Academy, all of these with my partner John, who's a Shanachie, a storyteller, and a general good egg. We teach Irish tradition rooted in land, history, language, and actual lived practice. No tourist crap, no Celtic sparkle fairies, no reinvented rituals for Instagram. So when I talk about emotional pressure, I'm not speculating. When I talk about this inherited trauma, I'm speaking from lived experience and from decades of watching women break down quietly in sacred sites, in workshops, in classrooms, and in everyday life, because it all just gets too much. So here's the truth. In Ireland, we've always known that the past isn't dead. It sits at the table with us, and like not in a spooky kind of a way, in a human way. Our ancestors are very close. Our people experienced centuries of church rule, colonization, successive famines, not just one, forced silence, and social shame that got baked so deeply into us that even now, in comfortable modern homes, the echoes rise. And let me be clear here. Again, you don't need Irish ancestry for this to be true for you. Every culture in the world has its ghosts, its silences, its unfinished businesses. Trauma doesn't care what passport you hold. Your nervous system inherited things that your mind might never know. And this is especially true for women. But here's what nobody teaches us. You're allowed to set boundaries within the past. You don't need to let it flood you. You don't need to wrestle with it in the middle of a Tuesday morning. Like, who needs that? Nobody needs that. You don't need to carry grief or fear or shame that doesn't even belong to you. Most women, and again, women is all women, and those who have been socialized as women as well. Most women have never even been told that they're allowed to say, not today, not now. You're heard, but go back to your place. And yet in Irish spiritual practice, that boundary setting is normal, healthy, it's right relationship. Our ancestors spoke to the dead with respect, but they also knew that the dead had their own space and the living had theirs. You don't let your ancestors sit on your chest while you're buttering your toast and making your tea. That's not spirituality, that's poor management, honestly. So here's the bit you're actually here for. I have made something really simple for you. It is a 3-minute grounding practice. No props, no pressure, no performance. Really, really simple, really achievable. You can pull it out anytime you need to. It's the exact thing that I use when old echoes rise in my body, either from my lifetime or from the lifetimes before me. It's the thing that I've taught to students at sacred sites when they suddenly started crying and had no idea why. It's the thing I wish that every strong, tired, midlife woman had in her pocket. It's my gift to you because, oh my gods, I know how that feels. So you can think of it as spiritual pain relief for a migraine that isn't even yours. It doesn't fix the deep roots, and it's not meant to. What it does is it stops the immediate flare. It gives you back your breath, your clarity, your sense of self. I have recorded a short audio so you can listen anywhere. I've made a clear PDF workbook. You can just listen to the audio, or you can sit down with the audio and the workbook and do both. And I'm giving it to you for free. No catch, no guilt. Just a tool that works because everybody deserves to breathe again. So if you've ever felt that unexplained heaviness in your chest that you couldn't place a source for, this will help you. If you've ever felt that you were carrying family stories that were never told, this will help. If you've ever been ambushed by old religious baggage at the worst possible moment, this will help. Get the guide, use it, give yourself those 3 minutes of grace. And remember, love, you're not disappearing, you're not losing yourself. You're not carrying the madness of your ancestors. You don't have to. You're simply feeling what was never spoken. And you deserve ease, you deserve steadiness, you deserve a relationship with the past that doesn't drown you. I'm here and you're not alone, okay? So get the guide, the link is below, it's at irishpaganschool.ie/past, and I hope it helps. Slán.